The majority of the things up here are Cambridge, so I'm not going to say this is Cambridge. The things that are not Cambridge, I will mention. Beautiful, beautiful ebony vase. A lot of people brought ebony and ivory, which is kind of cool for the convention, with the Rockwell flying ducks on it, and there's three little ducks inside up here. Isn't that pretty? It has a nice Rockwell signature on the bottom. Beautiful, beautiful picture. Ball jug in ebony. This is sort of a tavern scene. For some reason or other, I always think this is Simple Simon meeting the pieman on the way to the fair. That's just what comes to my mind. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece. And another ebony ball jug with Gloria. I went and talked to, there's a little old decorator lady out in East Cambridge about this recently, and she tells me that most of this is white gold. But she said we did play with some silver paint. So some of it, they said in the catalog silver encrusted. So some of it may be silver paint and some of it may be white gold. I don't think any of it is platinum, and the reason I say that is platinum does not tarnish. They used it for banding on goblets mostly. A beautiful, again, Rockwell ebony decorated half-pound candy jar, and this has the parrot on it that's highlighted in enamel. Beautiful piece. Oh, gorgeous. This is one that is kind of a surprise. You think of this kind of silver as Silver City. Some of this is Silver City, but some of it is Rockwell. I just bought a Rockwell catalog that shows this pattern in there. And it would be later Rockwell work and maybe not of the quality of the chased pieces, but it still is very nice quality. Pristine shaker. Wonderful owl lamp that Richie dug. It's been all... Is that right? He dug it. It's all glued back together, unfortunately. And these were all ivory, base glass, painted brown enamel. There's no way to know if this was not decorated properly or if being in the ground, maybe it took some of the enamel off. There's really no way to know. Basically, I know people that have tried to take brown enamel off of owls and monkeys to get an ivory one, but it never seems to work. And I don't know what's going on here exactly. It's had the black enamel trim on the eyes, so it was finished. Neat little ebony compote with a cool little black weedy design around the edge. And the pattern that I call Three Mums, and the reason I call it Three Mums is there's three different colors of mums. This one has two of this color and one of each of this color on it. And this is kind of a mother of pearl finish, a matching pair of candlesticks that have the three different colored mums on the bottom and the mother of pearl and black enamel. And a matching jar, which is beautiful. And if you notice, there's three colors of mums. There's four mums, but three colors. Very, very, very nice. A very unusual ebony bird seed feeder for a bird cage. Nice. This is a little bit of a misshapen base for one of the bridge sets, the club. And this is one where the spade did not press good, and they wound up with this round ingot with a little bit of a spade detail in the middle of it. It's pretty cool. And here is one like that also of a nude. And this is all glass that flowed out of the mold on each side of the nude. And they probably had to take the mold back to the mold shop and say, this is opening up. You got to close this black down. It's a cool little thing. I'm not sure what this is. It would appear to be a piece of Cambridge square, a base that has some black in the crystal. Interesting. Beautiful ivory decorated jar. Les showed you George and Martha Washington. These are colonial people. These were decorated by Mrs. Degenhart in her home, and they were taken down and run through the decorating layer. And she made these for George Washington's 200th birthday in 1932. Wonderful little hourglass-shaped cologne bottle with the ebony Greek key design on it. This is not the correct stopper, but it looks good in it. It's an ivory stopper. And here we have some beautiful atomizers that have no feet. We're conjecturing that why so many of these have showed up down at the plant was they apparently were trying to force the fittings on at the plant, and they were breaking the feet off of them doing that. These are not, the ones that are coming out with fittings on them are not DeVilbiss fittings, as Marty will show you tomorrow in her program, I'm sure. These seem to have fittings other than DeVilbiss. Oh, that's lucite. I thought it was glass. I thought it was glass. This is a beautiful, beautiful ebony springtime vase with a Rockwell silver on it. I think this one's signed too, isn't it? Well, it's not signed, but it is a Rockwell decoration. Beautiful. This is the change tray. It is so rare. And this one has an easel that Richie dug. And Sandy Bridwell Walker provided us with some pictures of easel that came out of the Caruth jewelry store with the original easel. And in the mold record book, Richie has found a listing for both pieces. $9.75 CG Company advertising sign and $9.76 easel for above. And it's a rather simple looking thing, but it would be worth quite a bit of money to hold the sign. Beautiful ebony urn vase done in gold rose point. Well, lots of nice ebony and ivory here. Wow. The letter holder and the pen and pencil tray in ebony with the gold basket etching on them. And a beautiful deep ivory bowl with the blue willow enamel on it in the etching. Some non-Cambridge. If I remember right, this one is Jeanette. Jeanette, Pennsylvania made a lot of candy containers. It's a real nice fireman on a fire engine. And this is this Ellie Smith? Am I right about that? So you see this in black a lot. It is not Cambridge. It is old. And then we've got some interesting colored items here. A swan neck in what I would call an opalescent or an opalique. Helmers was experimenting before he left Cambridge with opalescents and opaliques, which he finally perfected and made later when he went to Aladdin. And I think this is probably what this is. This is some very odd mixture of ivory and amber or overfired peach blow or something. And interestingly enough, here is an ivory stem from a goblet in the twist or muddler, what we call the muddler stem, and it has an applied foot in this same color that's in this piece of collet, like it's had an amber foot on the bottom of it. And these are furniture ornaments in a odd custardy brown slaggy look. Some of them have a red tone to them. Cambridge made a lot of furniture balls and furniture ornaments that I'm sure that, we know these are Cambridge by where they were dug, but it would be hard to prove if you found them out loose, I'm afraid. They used them in the bottom of piano stools that have a claw foot. They drilled them and used them in smoking stands. They used them in floor lamps. Um, they were spacers, basically, but some of these were used in the bottom of an old piano stool that had a glass ball that they had a metal claw foot that wrapped around it. They made them in different sizes. There are different sizes of them. Yes. This is part of an ivory lid for the little ivory syrup. There's one out in the ivory display. This is a very strange piece of, I don't know, leopard or something. It looks to be an overlay. There's a heavy clear layer that has orangey red streaks in it, and then there's a very thin layer of an ivory colored glass. Richie's finding a lot of color down there in colors that we don't know what they are or what they were doing. It's hard to tell. Beautiful ebony basket with the rose decor, and inside too. Amber Weatherford covered candy jar. This is out of the late 20s. This is an amber champagne or tall sherbet in a pattern very reminiscent of 3120, but this is Morgantown. The stem is much, much thicker than the Cambridge one. Ebony bud vase, 274 bud vase, with a real nice etching that I call Stream of Hearts. There's a string of hearts going down the middle of this medallion. Nice. Salad bowl in Portia. This predates the Corinth pattern. It actually was made out of the seashell mold, and they took the shell finish out of the inside of it and made a salad bowl out of it. A ruby dish, not Cambridge, I cannot tell you. This is a take on decagon, but this is octagon. And there's quite a few Ohio, West Virginia glass companies that made this sort of thing. Really beautiful ebony Doric candlesticks with the enamel decoration. Little white enamel dots on all the beads around the top and bottom. Beautiful. Westmoreland candy jar with what appears to be Charlton decoration on it. Charlton worked on a lot of companies. Carmen dolphins, these are correct. They are old and they are wonderful. The question says, note this is Nautilus, but have never seen the red lines on the design. This is actually a bonbon dish in crystal shell, and it has a cranberry flash trim, which probably was not done at Cambridge. Some decorating company did it. We have seen a few pieces of this, yes, with the cranberry flash on them. Pistachio Caprice 300 tall sherbet and water goblet. All pistachio Caprice stemware is hard to find. Definitely. Beautiful, what I call the ketchup bottle decanter. This is very, very rare in any pattern. This one is gold Elaine. And this stopper is a beautiful cut stopper that is the correct one for this bottle. I think it's about the only thing Cambridge used that in. Wonderful, wonderful. 3500 Gadroon bowl in amber, rose point. Wow, what a great piece. And what I call the stretched stem keyhole compote in amber Portia. This piece is flashed. There's one of these in the museum. It looks like marigold, goldenrod, Cambridge goldenrod. This is a majestic etching. You can tell it's flashed easily because the majestic's all clear where they've etched through the flash. This is Old Dominion in Heisey Sahara. Sometimes these are signed. I don't see it on this one. Oh boy, I have no clue in the world. Makes you think of Cambridge Lynbrook. It's definitely not a Cambridge goblet. I am sorry. I'm not familiar with it. It's definitely Ohio, West Virginia. No doubt about that. Oh boy. I don't know. Anybody know? National had a lot of these old milk glass and blue milk glass molds. I don't recognize this as one of the Cambridge ones. They show up in some of them in the 1904 catalog. I honestly do not know who made that. Most of this was made in Pennsylvania, the majority of the blue milk glass and milk glass, particularly Westmoreland. But I'm not sure who made it. Okay, we got a gravy and underliner in round. I started collecting this pattern. Cambridge's H520 gave me 5 pink dinner plates. Aside from basic luncheon set items, this pattern is rather difficult to find. 520 collector listed their pink serving pieces on eBay this year. I was able to purchase this gravy boat. You know, gravy boats are hard in any Cambridge pattern. Etched 520, very nice. And this would be part of the round line as opposed to decagon. This same piece is made in decagon with slight sides to it. Wonderful, wonderful. You hardly ever see this isolate picture in Peach Blow Portia. Great piece. Great, great, great piece. I don't know if it's signed or not. Yep, it's signed on the bottom. Milk glass, 9-inch shell bowl in seashell. Larry brought these. There are, for those of you that are really into flower frogs, you need to take a closer look at these. There are 3 variations of the 10-inch Bashful Charlotte. This one has 1 flower with pointed petals in the hair that is flat. This one has 2 flowers that you sort of have to use your imagination that they're flowers. And they stick out from the hair. And this is 3rd style, and it has a lot of stippling on the flowers, and they're much more defined. They're 3 completely different mold differences. This one, the flowers are exactly above each other and sticks out farther in the air. This one sets back in more. So they were apparently, yes. Yes, sir. Only on the big ones. And apparently they were either having trouble with the flowers or trouble with the mold or something that they were changing it. Typical Cambridge trick. Typical Cambridge trick. This is a wall vase that fits in a wire frame that hangs on the wall. They often had ivy leaves in the frame. This is not a Cambridge one, unfortunately. This is not a vase that's been ground off. It was made for a wire holder. Cambridge did make some of these. Beautiful, beautiful royal blue Gloria bowl. Look, isn't that gorgeous? Ugh. Fabulous. It's a very unusual ebony near-cut era vase that's been swung. And has this got a signature? Yeah, it's got a big fat Cambridge signature on the bottom. It's a wonderful piece. This is gorgeous. I have not heard of this before. Blown Carmen Tally-Ho done in gold Diane. Wow. What a fabulous piece. This is a piece of ruby, New Martinsville. Very reminiscent of Mount Vernon. Made at the same time. This is a Chantilly What's It? It's the same mold as the shrimp icer, closed down more with this interesting pristine lid on it. Do we know what it's for? Candy dish? Candy dish? Okay, I believe that. I believe that. It is smaller at the top than the shrimp icer. It's definitely a different piece. This is a insert. These come in crystal and forest green, made by Anchor Hawking at one time. This was a mold that was owned by the Sterling Silver Companies, and various companies made it to screw into a sterling candlestick. This is a beautiful ebony community cocktail. Quite rare. Wonderful. And this is a very nice 1 pound candy jar with the Wedgwood etching on it. And what do we got here? 3400 line, forest green, oil and vinegar in a Farber frame. Wonderful, wonderful. Blue, I guess I'm not going to get it off. Blue string holder. I don't think this is the Cambridge one. The Cambridge one has spear point pattern that's separated that comes down at the bottom. We have to get the catalog out and compare this. And I don't think this is the Cambridge one. I've got one of these in amber too that I bought recently, and I don't know who to tell you who made it, but I don't think it's the Cambridge. It doesn't compare to the string holder that's in the catalog, at least. 3035 Heather Bloom footed tumbler, etched Gloria. Wonderful. This is a killer. Whew. Royal blue, 3400 Bolden gold wildflower. Wow. Gorgeous. This is a great piece. I always wonder what happened to this. Did I sell this to you? Who belongs to it? You. Okay. You know what this is? This is the plate for the hors d'oeuvre set, and that beautiful little candy box with the flat blown lid with a blown knob fits in the middle of this. It's in that new catalog reprint. I owned one in jade for a long time and unfortunately sold it, and then I bought the candy box that goes on it. Yeah, it's a great piece. It's a great piece. This is 3129. I was going to say 3109. 3129. This is a stem line you hardly ever see. We have a light emerald one in the museum. This stem is square. The stem is completely square. I have just purchased a clear cordial in the stem line. It's quite rare. It just looks like the plain pulled stem, but it's a square molded stem. It's a hawk glass. Wonderful. This is a great little after dinner set in Chantilly. Cup for the after dinner coffee. Cordial. And then you put your cigarette here in the middle. These are the trays are the hardest part to find. Although I would say of this set, the cup is probably the hardest part. Chantilly round cup. I think that's the only one I've ever seen. And a wonderful little Chantilly 3400 4-footed nut cup. And an incredible blown salad tray in Chantilly. And look how they backed all the medallions up together. These things are like paper. They are like paper. Beautiful, heavy, pristine, a bowl. You usually see this in Rose Point. This one's done in Chantilly. This was possibly a mold for a silver company. Very possibly. Two of the flared double shot in an old-fashioned in Chantilly. You don't hardly ever see these. These do come in Rose Point also. They're quite rare. Wonderful 1242 vase, gold crystal. Minerva. Very unusual to see Minerva on gold crystal. Very unusual. This is a round sugar and creamer you don't see very often. This is the first style of round sugar and creamer that shows up in the 27 catalog. They're both signed. This mold was reworked completely. And these have an etching on them. I can't remember the number. You don't see it very often. This is only part of the etching. There is more to this etching. Also comes on pink, on peach blow. Beautiful 3103 4. Well, I cannot straighten these out. 3104 hot glass, with a beautiful cut on it, also on the foot. Very nice. Very nice. Wonderful. Oh, Amethyst Diane. This is really rare. Really, really. Keyhole candlesticks. And an equally beautiful gold-encrusted apple blossom flip bowl as part of the original label on the bottom. This is a reproduction by Harold Bennett. The glass is quite green. The shape is the thistle shape, which he had a new mold made by Albert Botson. The quality of the mold work's just not up to par. If you look at an old piece of strawberry, the mold work is much better on it. And Guernsey's crystal was kind of green looking. It was kind of green looking. This is the Child's Punch Bowl in Mosser Caprice in his miniature series that he made, recorder size of Cambridge. And he made it in crystal and a sort of moonlight blue and cobalt blue. And it came with 4 little cups. These are showing up on eBay in a moonlight blue color, and people are calling them rare mayonnaise dishes. Yeah. This is, who made this? Shoot. I can't tell you right now. Fenton. Lace edge. And a goblet that I haven't got a clue in the world who made it. It is a blown, pulled lady leg. And it is not the Cambridge one. It's a very interesting etching. There's a little urn in a medallion with a fleur-de-lis underneath it. And I do not know who made it. I don't feel it's Cambridge. This is a printing block for magazines to do Cascade. They're usually steel. This one's a copper. And this was the actual block that they printed a magazine ad off of. I do not know who made these. This is a pipe ashtray to rest a pipe in. And I cannot tell you who made it. It's got a mark on it here. Patented June 12th, 1923. You go into the patent records, you probably could find out who patented the pipe ashtray June 12th, 1923. I think that's what it says. Yeah. This is a Cambridge Square offshoot. The Vanadium Corporation in Byesville had these made to give to their good customers and their friends. And they called the company